What's good, boys? Today is the day I get the car fixed. I mean, it wasn't really a big issue to begin with, but might as well upgrade a few other things while we're at it. Am I right? 550 is cool to the wheels, but I think 600 is a very good stopping point. But don't take my word for it. Do not do this, you know, if you plan to have the car long term and you don't plan to rebuild the motor. I don't recommend it. I mean, if you want the car to last you, I'd say 400 is a really good stopping point, and just leave it right there. The car is really good at 400. So right now, we're gonna go replace the fuel filter. I already upgraded the low pressure pump, but I guess I need to upgrade the filter now, because like I mentioned in the other video, you know, it keeps cutting when I'm, you know, in map 5, which is full power, all boost throughout all the gears. It starts cutting in the top of 4s and sometimes in the top of 3rd. And for whatever reason, the car feels faster in my lower map, which is map 3. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm not pushing the fuel and the turbo as much. I don't know. So we're gonna get that fixed, and then I might as well upgrade the injectors to get 2000 injectors, because right now I'm at 1450s, which is, they're at the limit. They're like pretty much getting freaking drained out to the max. So we're gonna upgrade that, and then pretty much upgrade the fuel system itself, and then we're gonna get the MDR intercooler. I've heard good things about them, about that intercooler itself, but we're about to see just to find out. As far as like the build goes, I don't think someone run that intercooler with a Garrett turbo and my current setup and no cams. Usually the people that I know that have that intercooler, they already have cams and they have a different turbo, or they do have the turbo and they have the cams, but they're just pushing way more. So I'm really curious to see how much horsepower I'm gonna get, you know, because I'm not opening the engine at all until, you know, I need to rebuild it. I'm not gonna pay twice for them to open the engine, you know, build the top end, and then it blow on me a couple thousand miles later, you know what I mean? So, and raise the red line. So yeah, so we're gonna upgrade the intercooler, because right now I'm running the PRL. The only thing I'm gonna miss is that, you know, I like how the PRL one is black, and I don't feel like painting it, because I don't want to be having to repaint it ever so often, you know, just because of rock chips and stuff like that. But anyways, we're upgrading that, the injectors, and then we're upgrading the fuel filter system, and then I'm probably gonna get an oil change too. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too to see how the build comes along. But like I said, yeah, that was the only issue that I had. If I run it on map 3, map 2, which are the maps that I would usually choose for daily maps, I have no issue. And I highly recommend, you know, upgrading that too if you're gonna push your car beyond, I'd say 530, 540, because that's where I had before I got the exhaust. I was at like 530, and I never had that issue. At least I don't think I did. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're gonna run a big turbo, might as well just upgrade the whole fuel system. That way you don't have to upgrade it twice like me. I mean, obviously it's not that big of a fix, because it's just the fuel filter itself. But I mean, if they were in there replacing the low pressure fuel pump, I should have just told them to replace that too. But who would have known that it would have been an issue? So yeah, just something to keep in mind. But right now we're about an hour away from JSR, so once we get over there, I will see you guys there. All right, boys, here we are. The place, JSR. They're setting up right now. Once I have everything set up and they're installing all the parts and everything, I'll get a couple clips of those. I'll see you guys.
Considerations completely ignored them. This isn't bipartisan. This is nonpartisan. So we just work directly for the American people doing these things.
Inside the filter, because you got to remember, this is your filter. See that hole? The gas goes in the pump, in the hole, through this cylinder. This cylinder around is a paper filter. You can see the blackness inside.
Yeah, it's supposed to be clear right here.
I'll show you right now. It's supposed to look like a manila envelope, like a peachy folder. Remember like a golden tan color? That's how it's supposed to look.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, now look at it. You see the yellow in it?
Oh yeah, big time.
It's a paper filter.
And that's oh yeah, you can tell it big time. It's black.
So this is plugged, which plugged this.
Yeah.
So your filter got dirty because of the gas you're using, the place you're using it from.
Okay.
It's got really dirty gas. It's pumping dirt along with gas.
I heard 76 isn't as good as it used to be.
PRL, they're only able to be 2, maybe 3, and then they would have to come and let everything cool down and spray it down. So far it's looking pretty good for the MPR. Alright, let's finally got the car tuned and all dialed in. Let's see what's up. Now that's fast. Now that's fast. I feel it in my chest. Boys, I feel it in my chest. Ooh, that sure woke me up. I was over there falling asleep at the shop. That woke me up. Let's see if we can get another pull. It's actually been a month since I got the car tuned. We found out what the issue was. So pretty much the issue that was going on is my fuel was cutting out because my fuel filter itself was clogged. It was just filled with gunk. From what they told me, it's the gas station that I'm using. They probably aren't cleaning their pumps or what it is, because it got dirty really fast. But I mean, it's good maintenance to have, because they said that I should be replacing it every year and a half, or every year or 2 years, obviously depending on how you drive the car. So I mean, it wasn't that bad. It sounds like a normal setup. I'm assuming it's because of the ethanol just dirtying the fuel filter faster. So as you saw in the video, it's that white part. It's supposed to be clean, but it's all just filled with gunk. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not too sure if it's the ethanol or if it's just the pump or whatever, but that's another thing to keep in mind, boys. If you feel anything wrong, like a little stutter, especially when you're in like full beans and full boost and all that stuff, that's probably what the issue is. But yeah, we got that sorted out, and now the car is at 600 wheel. Obviously I could push it more, a little bit more, but I told them no. And then if I can't raise my rev limit, I mean, there's no point in doing it either. And I pretty much have done everything that you could do. The only other thing left to do is cams, which I'm probably not going to do that anytime soon until I'm ready to build the motor. That's probably when I'll do it, or when I'm building the motor, that's most likely when I'll do it. Just because I think 600 is probably the end of like the safe zone for the car, and then have anything more than 600, I feel like that's when you're just a ticking time bomb. I feel like, I know that there's been cars where 650 has been okay, but I don't know. I'm cool for what my needs and for how I drive the car and dailing it and all that. I think 600 is cool for me. It just depends on what your guys' goal is. But yeah, so that was the issue. The only reason why I didn't get the injectors from the get-go is because I didn't like the cold start. I didn't want, since I work early in the morning, I didn't want to deal with the car struggling to turn on or waiting extra or having to wake up a little early so the car could turn on. But that wasn't the case. I got the injectors, and yeah, as you guys saw in the video, yeah, it does have a it does have a somewhat of a rough startup. It almost sounds like if the car were to have cams, but then it levels it out instantly. And then that's another thing for you guys to look out for if you do get the 2000 injectors is those 2000 injectors, from what I heard, they're not meant to work on these cars. They're meant to work with another system. I think like Motec or something. I forgot what JSR told me. But obviously tuners now, just like JSR, they are able to bypass that and make it work on the car. So then the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because when I first got the car back and tuned, I was getting codes. I was getting misfire codes. Obviously, just like anyone else, I was getting worried. But JSR told me that that's normal because, like I said, these injectors aren't meant to work on just the regular system. So those codes are gonna pop up. So every time I turn on the car, that's the only thing I have to turn off the codes. But once the car turns off, I don't have to do that on the first startup. But then once the codes turn off and I do that first startup, the codes don't come back. So for the rest of the day. So as long as the car is warm or there's already fuel and oil everywhere, I mean, the car starts right up. It only has that rough start in the mornings, and the colder it is, the more rough it gets. Like sometimes it feels like it doesn't want to turn on, but eventually it does. Now, so far I've had the car for a month and a half like this, almost 2,000 miles, and every time I turn on the car, there's no need for me to, try to turn it on again. So, which is an upside. I highly recommend getting the 2000s. I feel like the 2000s kind of opened up this turbo. I feel like it was a little laggier before, but now I feel like the 2000s made the turbo feel like perfect, like how it should. I feel like it's the perfect sweet spot to have the turbo right here, like an entry level. Even though with this turbo, I feel like you should raise your rev limit because it should, because obviously it lives up top. But you'll be in the power band longer if you raise the rev limit. But I can't do that until I build my head, and if you're gonna build your head, might as well get the cams, But I'm already on the upper ceiling as far as like power goes. I think 600 is like a really, really good cutoff point. But it's always nice to know that I have that 50 extra horsepower on the table whenever I feel like it. But I mean, to save a couple more bucks, I'd rather just do it when I build a motor. That way, instead of just getting a 50 horsepower jump, I could get, I don't know, an 80 or 100 horsepower jump, depending on how saucy I want the tune. Because the turbo can handle it. This turbo can handle 700 for sure. So, and it would be nice to have like the quicker spool feature, but it's cool. For what my needs are, and since my car is my daily car, this car is my daily car at the moment. I mean, there's really no need for me to push it anymore. I love the car, the way that the car is now, and the car is plenty. For anyone, especially if you've never had a fast car before, this is the fastest car I've owned, and I know there's a lot more fast cars out there, but I think 600, even 500 is good. For the average person. For the average person, probably like 500. And then for those people that want that need for speed and want more power, I think 600, or you're coming from a different platform that has more power or has more horsepower, I think 600 is a good point for anyone else getting into this platform. And all you really need is like 10 or 15K. Just get that G30. Don't buy anything else. Just get that G30 kit. And then the big injectors, the 2000s, and upgrade your fuel system, full race and MDR intercooler, and you'll be making 600 plus, easy. Oh, and you need an exhaust as well. So yeah, ever since I got the car retuned, had no issues. I had a couple, went down to Mexico, had a couple races. Not too many. I tried getting more, but I mean, I couldn't really find any other cars. And then obviously, I just don't have time to be going to every Mexico meet, you know what I mean? So I don't even have time to be making these videos every day. So, but yeah, boys, just wanted to give you a quick update. Pretty much to let you guys know that the car's running good, no issues. There's nothing to worry about. If you're thinking about pushing the car to this much power, I mean, you shouldn't have any worries. I mean, but then again, I did buy the car brand new, and I'm the one who's been tuning the car, and so the car has been brand new, and I've been treating it right. It's all about how you treat the car. Just remember, treating the car well is what gets you. It's what's gonna preserve your car life, especially doing the routine oil changes. Sooner the better. I'm gonna show you guys a couple a couple videos I have after I got the tune, so you guys could kind of gauge to see how fast the car is. Because at the end of the day, numbers don't mean anything until you take it out on the track and see if it's actually capable. But I've had multiple pulls, back-to-back pulls, and the car, no issues, nothing at all. So I'm very happy with the setup that I have. Yeah, I'm very happy with the setup I have. There's no issues, no complaints, especially if you know how to treat the car right and you're getting it done by professionals. Why should you have an issue? And if you do get it done by a professional or a reputable shop, if something does come up, you could always take it back to them and they'll fix it. They should fix it free of charge, you know what I mean? But if it's an even better shop, you won't ever even have those issues in the first place. So that's why I like going to JSR. Shout out to JSR. They're the ones who pretty much did everything and always help me out and always guide me into the right direction. And so far, they haven't failed as far as the issues go. Let me know the videos you want to see in the comments, and I'll be sure to start uploading more consistently. But like I said, uploading the videos is just the hobby. I do it for fun, more for educational purposes, just so you guys can see, because I know how it is. And back then, I've always wanted to do this and tune your car and fix it up and stuff like that, but I never wanted to deal with the issues. But as you can see, I haven't had any issues with this platform. I can't speak on any other. Obviously, I'll have my talk. I'll talk crap, in a playful way, nothing serious. But I mean, so far, from what I've seen, as far as like the cost goes, the cost of ownership, the performance cost, you can't really beat this platform. I don't care what other platform you have to say, but as far as like maintenance and everything and parts, you can't really beat it. I'm pretty sure there's other cars that you can correlate it to, or that have like similar price ranges and stuff like that. But it's one thing to own a car, buy the car, and maintain it. People could buy the car, but can you actually afford to keep it in good shape? You know what I mean? Keep up with the maintenance. Can you afford to fix something if it goes wrong, that goes unexpected? How good is the platform as far as like parts availability? Does it share parts with any other platforms, any other models, cheaper models? That's another thing to keep in mind. So that's why I love this platform. That's why I'm happy with my purchase. I'm happy with my turbo. I'm happy with the setup. Like I said, this is probably where I draw the line, where I cut trying to look for more power. And if I do, that's when I'm gonna go build motor. There's no point in wasting more money, a couple $1,000s more for just 50 more horsepower. Unless if you got it, you got it. If you know how to install it yourself, do it. But I wouldn't waste my money on it like that. But yeah, boys, that's the update I had for you guys. Let me know what else you guys wanted to see, and I'll see you guys in the comments. I'll show up some videos too of these Mexico runs that I ran. So hopefully you guys can gauge how fast the car is. All right, y'all. Peace. was good. That was good.